Hey there! So it's been a while and I took a little break from YouTube for like a month, but what happened in the meantime is I got 1000 subscribers. It's a huge milestone for me, comparing to other channels or even considering for how long I've had my YouTube channel. Maybe it doesn't seem like a lot, but for me it really is. I'm really thankful for all the subscribers that I got. So if you are my subscriber, then really thank you so much for believing in me enough to click that subscribe button. And if you're not the subscriber, then consider subscribing. I didn't know what to do for this kind of like a milestone. I wanted to do some 1000 subscribers special, and I thought about making a Q&A. I don't get many comments and many questions in them, so if you have any question regarding anything, then leave it in the comment below, and if there is enough questions, then I will make a Q&A, and if there is not enough, then I will answer it in the comments. And obviously I've seen it coming because I saw the subscriber count rising, and I felt like it wouldn't be a big deal when I usually do this number because it's not a big surprise. Still, when I saw that number, I was really amazed and it felt awesome. It's just such a magical number. Yeah, I'm just really thankful, and really it feels surreal. And I thought that I would just make a little chitty chatty video talking about why I took this unplanned break and what are my works in progress at the moment. So yeah, why I took this break. Like I said, it was unplanned. I got back from holidays in September and I made one video, and then I kind of had a hard time getting back to reality, kind of. And also it was when autumn started, and at the beginning of autumn I always feel a little down and don't really think like doing anything, so I spent a lot of time on my couch watching Netflix and YouTube. In the meantime, I did one sewing project that took me a whole month, although it's not very complicated. It's a dress that is fairly simple, but because I couldn't focus on sewing for a long time, yeah, it took me a whole month, and it was not something that I came up with, so I also didn't feel like recording it all. But yeah, I have a new energy now, and I have some ideas for videos about cross-stitching as well as sewing, so yeah, I will upload hopefully more regularly now. And when it comes to my works in progress, I'm in the middle of 3 crafts, kind of. So the first is cross stitch. So I'm cross stitching this pattern right now. As you probably can see, it's a tombstone with "Rest in Peace, Youth" written on it. When I turned 30 last year, I thought about getting a tattoo like that, but I ended up never getting it. Maybe I still will, but it just didn't happen. And then I decided it would be a nice thing to cross stitch also, so I made this pattern in the stitch needle. So it's, maybe you know, my favorite pattern making tool. And then I started cross stitching it, and it looks like this for now. And I had all kinds of problems with it, and the worst problem for me is right now is I ran out of this gray colored floss, and it wouldn't be such a big deal, but this floss I got right after I got back to cross stitching after a long break, and I got a pack of flosses. I don't remember where from, either Amazon or even AliExpress, and this is some weird brand. It's not DMC or anything like this. It's a weird brand. I can't find it anywhere, and so I can't find a floss that is the exact same color. So right now I don't know if I should just finish it with a slightly different color or if I should start all over from scratch. It's just this weird feeling, like it took me some time, and now I feel a bit anxious about just getting rid of it and starting all over again. So I got kind of stuck, and I didn't know if I should continue or if I should just start from the beginning. I know it's not a big project, and so it wouldn't be a big deal to start from scratch, but it just kind of feels weird. But when I finish and when I took take pictures of it, then I think I maybe will put it on my Etsy. So if you're interested about something like this, maybe for your friends or family that are turning 30 or 40 or whatever big birthday, then yeah, it will be on my Etsy when I finish. And then my another work in progress is knitting. The story here is I got a kit from We Are Knitters, and this is this adorable sweater. I chose this yarn. On the website it looked more burgundy, but in real life it looks like a beetroot color or something. I like it a lot more on their website, but yeah, it is what it is. I will still use it. So I got into knitting like 2 years ago maybe or something, and I literally did like 4 things maybe. So I'm not experienced knitter and I'm not really good at it, but I wanted some more like interesting project like this sweater. But I feel a bit intimidated by this yarn, mostly because it's so thin and I've never used such a thin yarn before. I didn't want to train on this, so I decided to start another project, something easy that would make me used to thinner yarn and thinner needles. And I took a yarn that I got from my mom quite some time ago, and I decided to make like a triangle scarf. I took like the easiest tutorial from YouTube, and it looks like this so far. I haven't done much. I feel like I'm getting used to this thickness, and it's not the prettiest thing right now. Well, it will never be the prettiest thing, but I think it will be usable. I actually feel like it's easier for me to knit a thin yarn like this, although I'm very slow, so it will took me a long time to finish this project probably. On this I finally learned like the continental method instead of English method with thick yarn. It kind of wasn't working for me. As you can see, I haven't done much and it took me like a hot minute to make it, so I just hope I will make it before spring comes. Both projects, like both the scarf and the sweater, the saddest thing would be if I finish the sweater like in summer and I would have to wait for autumn again to wear it. But we'll see how it goes. I will probably show it on my Instagram. And the last thing is sewing. So what I started right now is a skirt, and I'm using this adorable embroidered corduroy fabric. And my inspiration for this skirt is the skirt that Janelle from Rosary Apparel is wearing a lot. It is by Princess Highway Clothing, if I remember correctly. And I mentioned making this skirt with this fabric in my sewing plans video. I only for some reason made one of this kind of video, so yeah, you can check this out. I planned to do this in spring or something, but I never did, and I got back to it right now. And it also feels like it's better for now because it's such a autumnal color. The way I am making it is I took like a base pattern for skirt, like my perfect skirt for me that I drafted on a sewing course I took at the beginning of last year, but it's just a plain skirt, and then I added zipper front. I'm not sure what this kind of zipper is called, but it's this like a trousers kind of zipper. And so I took another pattern actually from Burda and I copied just the zipper part and I added it to my pattern. And then I also wanted some pockets. At the beginning I thought about making the exact same pockets like in Janelle's skirt, but then I was looking through Burdas and I saw this pocket that I decided to make, and I think this kind is very adorable, so yeah, I decided to use it. In every issue of Burda there's 1 or 2 projects that are in like a sewing school, they call it. So there is instruction step by step with pictures how to make it. Both of the patterns that I'm using from Burda have this kind of instructions, so this is really good because I've never sewn this kind of zipper, and also I never sewn this kind of pocket. The pocket is not very complicated, you can probably figure it out from the pattern only, but for the zipper I'm not sure how it's made, and I don't know the steps, and I don't know the order of the steps if that makes sense. So it's good. It's like a step-by-step instruction with pictures, because from regular Burda instructions it's sometimes hard for me to figure out how to make something that I've never made before. So for now I only got the pattern cat and I didn't even start sewing, so it will probably take some time for me to finish, but when I do finish it, then I will show it on my Instagram. So if you're interested in seeing this adorable corduroy skirt, you can check it out there. So yeah, these are my works in progress, and like I said, if you're not a subscriber yet, then consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, then leave them in a comment, and I will make sure to answer it either here in the comments or in the video if there's enough questions to make a whole video about it. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you for again just being on this channel and watching my videos and subscribing, and for watching today this easy chitty chatty video. And like I said, there are new videos coming, so I guess see you in the next one. Bye!